talk about something that I saw on the Ford. Ford had a press release this week, and we've kind of talked around this issue, and it's certainly an issue that's more and more that's impacting more and more of us as we drive, and that's sort of driver monitoring, whether it's for tax purposes or insurance purposes or safety purposes, or whatever it is.
Ambulance chasers.
Yeah.
We have the tools to really to monitor how you're driving and what you're driving. Ford is rolling out a program right now with nationwide insurance that you can connect through your Ford Pass or Lincoln Way app. You can sign up for their insurance. And I'm going to read some of this just so you get an idea. Quote, this is from the Ford Media Center. This is exactly what Ford says. Quote, by logging onto their Ford Pass or Lincoln Way app, clicking on the insurance tile and filling in some information, customers in 39 states with qualifying 2020 Ford or Lincoln vehicles can purchase a policy in minutes and become eligible to save up to 40%. Asterisk.
Up to.
Let's go down to the asterisk, folks, because sometimes the devil is in the details. Asterisk. Availability varies. Program criteria differs in California. Stated discounts are approximations. Give me a minute on this because the best one is the last sentence. Discounts do not apply to all coverage elements. Actual savings vary by state, coverage selections, rating factors, and policy changes. Participation discount applies during data collection. Final discount is calculated on driving behavior and could be zero.
So they
discount
should have a zero bullshit rule that just says what this really means is you get a 2% discount.
Exactly. Final discount applies at the next policy renewal and is subject to change based upon actual actuarial support at subsequent renewals or with driver change. In other words, it's all bullshit.
So you got to be signed up for a year or 6 months to even get the discount?
And
then you're not going to get 40%.
Yeah.
Right. And then okay. So you are the product. What are they getting out of this? How are they mining your data? What are they doing with this?
They sell it to
they've got their fingers in the car that you own and know every little bit of information that car does.
Yep.
Asymmetrical information is one of the ways companies make money. They know more than you do about something, and they can use that information to leverage cash out of you. As I like to say, insurance never goes down. It always goes up. Mm-hmm. And all the insurance companies are looking for is a reason. Oh, we have this incident on February 26th here. We see you went 105 miles an hour. That's a 20% increase in your premiums for next year. Thank you.
Hey, but at least it was easy to sign up for it.
Right?
Oh, right.
On that insurance tile.
Yes.
And so it sounds a lot like the Tesla insurance to me, actually. And I'm just as leery as that is like you said, they're in the car all the time.
Anyone that you have to connect a dongle to your car to send information to your insurance company, run, don't walk. Yeah. Just get away from it.
I mean, like my car, every time I drive more than a block, the thing is sending me an email. Hey, here's how fast it was. Here's how much energy was used. Here's where it went from here to there. And that's just me and a third party. Imagine the fact that the manufacturer actually still has this in this particular case.
There was an insurance policy that was monitoring the dongle in your car, and they did that in an EV. And of course, they didn't know it was an EV when they plugged it in. And what happened was that when he used the regenerative braking, they thought that was aggressive braking.
Yes.
And he got charged extra for the car using regenerative braking.
Yep.
And I'd heard just the opposite. I've heard from hypermilers and other people who try and do 1 foot braking, that they ease into the corners and they make the turn without braking at a controlled speed. Don't worry, people aren't out there doing 70 miles an hour around corners. But the fact that it registered a turn but no braking, it said, oh, well, that's reckless.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Allegedly.
Yeah. Allegedly. Well, right, according to their analytics whatever they're looking at. Yes.
So now Ford has got their fingers in absolutely every analytic of that car that you own, And they're feeding it to the insurance and looking for those exact loopholes that Tony just mentioned in order to jack your premium.
And let's not forget that TomTom, the navigation people, were selling speed data to municipalities so the police knew where to set up the speed traps. Think of how many Fords are on the road and how much data they could mine on where people drive, what speeds.
This is one of the big battles that we're going to fight in the next decade. Is our privacy, is what is our data, and what does our car company, for instance, get to share with insurance companies or anybody else? Whether our medical data.
But that right there is, do you want your car company and your insurance company to be the same company if they know everything?
I don't. So, I mean, right. And the honest answer is I don't have anything to hide, but I still don't have to trust that relationship. I don't know that it benefits me.
It puts you at a disadvantage, like you said, asymmetrical information.
Like, what if you're on cold medication and your reaction time's a little slow and you're kind of doing this, and the car goes, "Oh, you're drunk," and tells your insurance company you're drunk and calls the cops.
Yep.
I mean, yeah, it's a slippery slope.
And you could certainly make a very, very interesting argument that that's a good thing, right? If we get drunk drivers off the road, that's amazing.
If they're really drunk.
But
yeah.
How many, what's the collateral damage?
Or you're just really tired because you work 14 hours and you're, but yeah.
Now, didn't OnStar lead the police to someone who did a hit and run? Do you remember that?
Wow, I don't know.
Oh yeah, if I remember correctly, somebody was it was a hit and run, but the hit was enough that it triggered OnStar.
Oh.
And then so the police were able to then just go find the person because they contacted OnStar, and OnStar said, "Oh yeah, well that car is currently right here."
Yeah, we need an ambulance for this car. Good to find you.
I mean, it's hard to argue against that specific scenario, but again, it's obviously the way these things can be misused that's really horrifying.